Most people think you need a nice camera, a ring light, a $300 microphone, and a professional level editing just to have a chance at growing on YouTube. And if you've been sitting on the idea of starting a YouTube channel because you don't have any of that, I get it. That hesitation makes total sense. But here is actually what's happening. In 2026, the creators growing the fastest right now, the ones picking up thousands of subscribers in just few months, are often making what would traditionally be called simple content. Single take on the phone, no intro, no music, no heavy edits, just someone talking directly to the camera about one clear thing that they are experiencing or learning. If you have been holding back because you can't edit well, or you feel awkward on camera, or you don't know anything about designs, that isn't actually a disadvantage right now. It's actually closer to an advantage than most people realize. This is not something you fix before you start. It's something you can use immediately. In this video, I want to break down why that shift is happening, what it means if you are starting from zero, and why the creators still chasing polished productions are burning out while beginners are quietly growing with simple videos that actually connect. For a long time, the YouTube playbook was simple: better gear, better edits, better thumbnail, production quality was the signal. If your video looked good, people assumed the content was good. So beginners would look at successful channels, see the color graded footage, the jump cuts, the motion graphics, and think, I need all of that before I can start. And that belief created something I think of as the dead zone. The dead zone is where most creators end up not posting, not growing, not getting feedback, just stuck in this loop of watching tutorials, buying courses, learning Premiere Pro, downloading font pack, and waiting for everything to feel ready. But the dead zone isn't really about the lack of ideas. It's about believing the packaging has to be perfect before the idea is even worth sharing. The problem is, while people were stuck in that loop, the audience was changing. Viewers' psychology has shifted in a way most people didn't notice is happening in real time. Somewhere between short form videos and the rise of AI generated content, people started developing a kind of resistance to polished content. So when a video looks too clean, too produced, too perfectly lit, and tightly edited, it can start to feel like an ad, and people are trained to skip ads. So the very thing that's used to signal the high quality now often does the opposite. It makes people scroll past before the video even had a chance to start. And you can see it in how people behave. Retention isn't dropping because the information got worse. It's dropping because the format feels less human, more corporate, less likely a person, and more like a production. And that's the key shift. People didn't come to YouTube for perfection, they came for a person. When it feels like a human talking to them, they stay. When it feels like a commercial, they leave. So the dead zone used to protect overproducers now is the very thing holding them back. Think about what's flooding the internet right now: AI written articles, AI voiceovers, AI generated thumbnails, and filters that smooth skin, fix lighting, and push every creator towards the same polished template. There is more content being made right now than at any point in history, and a huge portion of it looks and sound the same. In that kind of environment, production quality isn't what's rare anymore. It's a real person in a real moment with a real opinion. And that's what people mostly call lazy content. But it's not lazy in the sense of cutting corners on what actually matters. It's lazy in the sense that you are not hiding the one thing that makes you impossible to replace. Because nobody can replicate your exact way of saying something. Nobody has your specific mix of experience, mistakes, frustration, or the way you naturally explain things. When you strip away all the production layers, that's what's left, and that's what people actually connect to. A simple screen recording where you show something you just figured out, a single take video where you talk through a mistake you made last week, that works not because it's impressive, but because it feels like someone just being useful without performing. The emotional anchor in that kind of content isn't spectacle, it's trust. The viewer feels like they are getting the unfiltered version of you, not a polished performance. And technically, for a lot of beginners, the lack of technical skill forces this anyway. You can't hide behind edits or motion graphics. You can't overproduce your way out of uncertainty. All you really have is the idea, and if the idea is clear and honest, that's already enough to start. Here is the shift that changes everything once you actually internalize it. You are not building a portfolio and you are not trying to impress people with production quality. You are building a relationship with the people who care about the same thing you care about. And simple content does that better than polished content for one reason that doesn't get talked about enough. You can actually keep doing it. A creator who can film and post in under an hour will always outlast a creator who need a full production day. Consistency isn't a nice habit. It's the mechanism that teaches the algorithm who to show your videos to, and it's how viewers start to feel like they actually know you. Every video becomes a stepping stone, not a final statement about your ability. And when someone finds you early and watches you show up again and again, video after video, week after week, they stop feeling like they are watching content. They start feeling like they are following a person. They are not looking up to they are not looking up at a distant authority with cinematic edits. They are alongside someone figuring it out in real time. And I believe that's what creates loyalty, not polished, not perfection, presence. And the feedback loops tightens too. You are always posting consistently. You don't have to guess for months at a time what's working. You find out quickly, you adjust quickly, you improve the one thing that actually matters, and that is your idea. That's the real advantage. So, what does a simple video actually look like in practice? It starts with one idea per video, not three ideas, not a full breakdown of 7 related concepts, one clear thing. And you say it early within the first 30 seconds so the viewers immediately know if they are in the right place. That alone puts you ahead of most content on the platform, where the actual point often doesn't show up until minutes in. For the format, you just use what you already have. Your phone, if you are talking on the camera, your computer built-in screen recorder if you are explaining something on your screen. Both are free and both are already in your hands. The only real editing you need is removing the obvious dead space at the start and at the end. The setup, the hesitation, the wrap-up, everything in between can stay untouched. The pauses, the rephrasing, the that isn't mistake. That's what an actual person like will sound like when they're thinking out loud, and people recognizes that instantly. Your thumbnail might be simply a clear, well-lit frame from the video itself, nothing staged, nothing over-designed. And your title is just the exact problem you are solving or the exact question you are answering, written in the same language someone would type into a search bar when they actually need help. That's it. Everything else is optional. Your homework is simple. Record one video this week. 5 minutes, one topic, same thing you already know or you have just figured out. Claim the start and end. Use a basic thumbnail, nothing fancy, then post it. Most people watching this won't actually do it because it feels too simple. And that's exactly the point. The barriers to entry has never been lower, but most people are still acting like it's high. The ones who realize that early are the ones who build momentum fast. Because once you remove everything that doesn't matter, what's left is just showing up and posting. And the next piece of this is figuring out what to actually build around, because even a great, simple video can get overlooked if it's in the wrong space. And that is exactly what the next video is about. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.